Joining us now is Dr. Charles Sinkala, international relations expert, as we unpack this a little bit more. Dr. Sinkala, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Hope you're well. Festive greetings to you. And I suppose, just as a start, one might need to ask what legal framework the US's airstrike is actually justified under, if any at all. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you very much, and compliments to the season. There's no justification whatsoever that United States has been mandated by either the national instruments or international instruments, because there is already international instruments that bars nations to interfere or to do any airstrikes to other nations, as per the Convention of 1963 and as well as the Charter for Human Rights. Diplomatic means are supposed to be taken precedence where United States of America was supposed to engage, if at all they feel that Nigeria needs capacity, in terms of managing the insurgencies and the other wars that happen in Nigeria, to support them in terms of resources and fight against these extremists.
Yeah, so then if this is happening under the guise of wanting to do away with extremists, etc., is this not something that Nigeria itself needs to be a part of too? Would this have gone about would this have had the agreement or the conversation with Nigeria, or do you think this has also shocked the diplomatic corps and all the leadership of Nigeria too?
Yes, indeed. One will have a means to say that Nigeria and many other African countries that are in bilateral agreements or multilateral agreements with the United States of America, they work in collaboration in terms of providing peace and security for their both nations, and as well as they have to follow the protocols that are laid down in terms of support for bilateral and multilateral relations, countries such as that. The unilaterally, decision by Donald Trump to engage the military from the United States of America to attack in another nation is a repeat of what the United States government has done when they killed Colonel Gadaffi, in Libya and many other places where United States of America has gone against the protocol of the ICC and the many international instruments. That brings a very big concern in terms of the position of United States of America and how it relates to other nations. Of course, we have seen that there's a bilateral and multilateral as part in terms of diplomatic means, in terms of South African relations and the United States of America. And who knows, we might be attacked, by Donald Trump because he doesn't follow the processes. And I'm very surprised and shocked why Congress should allow such a misbehavior by a sitting president.
Yeah, and we'll talk about South Africa in my next question, but very quickly, I mean, this kind of details to us that it feels as though Donald Trump believes he's a law unto himself here and can decide when and where he can attack or should attack just because of the ability to help so many countries that the United States has had in previous administrations as well. Is this a turning point in many ways? Are we entering an era of a turning point for the significance of the US to the rest of the world, where maybe things might be shaping up against the US because it feels as though there's no repercussions here as well?
Of course, at the same time as well as Africa is interrogating now the actions of other nations with other nations. We can see that just next door to South Africa, Zimbabwe has been sanctioned since the year 2000, by a country called United States of America. And I think these are coming out now very much in open, unlike in the past where these were done under the carpet in the guise of the United Nations Security Council, in the guise of United G20 countries, protecting economies. But certain countries such as United States of America, they've got their own self-interest that supersedes other interests. And I think threats by unilaterally, threatening a nation on national television has gone beyond far than we expected. And I think the rest of the African continent, including the big brother South Africa, Zambia, Angola, and other nations in the African continent should actually come up and rise and condemn, such attacks on the African soil before the processes which have been enshrined that's supposed to be followed.
Yeah.